Hello and welcome to Tamanon's TCGs, and now that I have some shiny cardboard for the future for you, you know, just a little bait and not a switch, because I will be showing off those very special foils at the end, or maybe hidden inside the middle of this video. Today I will be opening up P24 Recollect Selector, pretty much everything that has to do with the set, showing off the new rarities, showing off what the booster boxes look like, which is right here, and all the cool stuff. These are a Japanese set that should get here probably around next April or March. However, as a huge Tama fan, I could not just go ahead and not pick up the boxes that have her. To start with, the Japanese boxes are a kind of, it's just kind of threw me off a little bit because I haven't bought them in a while, because they used to come in like this half size kind of thing. Now they are in these boxes that are pretty similar to the American ones, but as you can see, they're very much smaller. And what I find interesting about that is that despite this large change in size, they contain the same amount of cards, which is 14 packs with 8 cards inside each one. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could hide them inside of the American boxes. Don't know what that's saying about us, but I think it's a diss on, you know, how much we eat hamburgers. But anyway, going on, you get these nice little sleeve packs that are randomized. You get every 2 boxes you get 1 of these sleeve packs. Now I got 3 because I bought 1 extra from a friend because I did not open up the one that I wanted, which you'll kind of see pretty quickly which one I wanted and why. However, I will say I like all these sleeves. This one, there was somebody online who really liked Uma and was like, oh, I can finally admire all the assets of her at the same time on my sleeve. I also kind of like sideways sleeves because that's how I normally keep my deck. But yeah, but awful puns aside, these sleeves are pretty medium quality. I definitely think you would want to put over sleeves on them. They're not as bad as some of the other anime sleeves that I get from Japan, but you get a full, I think, 42 in here, which is a pretty decent amount. I mean, it's enough for like an entire deck plus 2, or just your Lyric deck if you want it. And yeah, so I mean, I love the art. I feel like this is the first time in a while where the sleeves that have come out have actually had the Lyrics on them. For some reason, early on in WIXOSS, a lot of the tie-in sleeves didn't put the Lyrics on it. They put like random Signy and Servants and stuff like that, and I always thought it was kind of odd because everyone wants their Lyric, right? And this is the one that I had to go and buy because this is the new Tama for the 10th edition with her new art. And of course, the art is by Keypot. I love Keypot. I'm currently actually getting another Tama tattoo of it, of his other level 3 art. His art's really good. I'm going to be showing some more Tamas at the end here, and maybe while we're opening up some of these boxes. Now, the box is pretty cool. If you see on the inside here, it has these 2 kind of tear-off bits. The one on the left is actually something that I didn't know about till I went to Japan and went to a couple of the card shops. So instead of having the booster packs just sitting out or whatever, they'll hang them up, and you can, like, I guess take that to the counter and they'll scan it or whatever. That way they don't lose the booster packs. You don't have to keep a bunch laying out. This is your typical token pop out that you know, come in all of ours, but you only get 3 instead of 6. I mean, to be fair, I don't think I've actually ever used them, but I know some people are big fans. These packs are really shiny. The gold just works, man. Like, the WIXOSS cards have a lot of gold in them on the foiling in general, and everything about this set with these packs and to the boxes just kind of scream like kind of luxurious in a way that I feel like I haven't quite seen before. But again, it might just be me going gold pretty. Now, we're going to be going through some of these cards. I only really am going to be showing off packs that I think have interesting things in them or new rarities, because I don't know what a lot of these Japanese cards do. I haven't looked them up necessarily outside of some of the arts or things I've seen in deck lists for the future. Mostly, I just like the art and I wanted to look through some of them, and I figured as we go through, you know, maybe you guys want to see a couple of the commons and base rares, and the art is always good. Like, that's why I play. I mean, here's Lion, so it's not like they're giving up on teams completely, but this is what this set is known for, or is becoming known for. They are bringing arts back. If you don't know what arts are, they are basically, before we had Lyrig Assist, we had a special kind of spell that was in your Lyrig deck that you could use, and those were called arts. And they're very strong, really interesting, and that is really pretty cards. So, and I'll probably go further into how the new deck construction rules are when I open up the starter deck towards the end here. And basically, it just means that it's a brewer's paradise. You're going to get to do so many weird and unique things. If you saw Desona let you really open up what you wanted to do with your deck, just wait until this set hits, because you're going to get to play around so much with pieces and arts and assist lines and just running a center. It's really cool. I see some of the lists coming out. People have done like a 2-stop deck, and like I think some crazy person did a 0-stop deck with like 16 spells. I'm pretty sure a lot of this is more like memes, but even then. So this is an SR, and I wanted to show this because yes, SR with rainbow foiling still are in these sets. The art was a LR, so yeah, it's a LR. And I don't know entirely how many of each come in each box, but I know from opening up this set myself, because this is actually the like 6th box I've actually opened of this. I just only opened 2 on camera. They are including a bunch of like increase in rarities, so like you're getting foils and really pretty stuff almost every pack. There's the Tama, the regular rare LC version, whatever. Here's a parallel, just again to show that we still have the same kind of parallels with that rainbow crisscross foil. This character also should seem a little bit familiar to guys who've been playing for a while. And yeah, that's kind of the basic stuff. A little bit of new with the art. There's a servant. I actually really like this skeleton horse art lady. It's pretty cool. Same with this jewel. The art, as usual, is just going to be your perfect Bishoujo card gamer art. Here's another art. Speaking of art, let's see, what is that? Something shiny behind there. This is the SSR, blah 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 blah. Let me see. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, see, SSR, it reminds me a lot of how the SR or SRPs look, basically, with it's your typical SR turned into a much prettier golden version. I think these are 1 per box, I want to say. So they are increasing how much you get them. Maybe they noticed that the SLRs just weren't super popular or were too expensive. I'm not really sure. But I did get a bunch of them, and that gold foiling is always super good. Moving right along, just like in, Welcome Back, Selector and whatnot, you're going to notice a lot of the returning girls from Infected and Spread showing up, as well as, at least as far as like main characters on the cards. You're even seeing like here with the little work. And this is something really special that they're doing. So this is a full art, or as it's kind of become known, these are your farts. Yes, your full art fart. They have this kind of cold foil printing that I'm not actually a huge fan of typically. I do really like that they're full art. It's nice that they're foil. It's nice that they're pretty cheap. I feel like the cold foiling is kind of like dark, and you see it in a lot of other games, and it kind of disappoints me a little bit. I would have almost preferred the same rare like foil type they use for the parallels, but I know a lot of people really loved the flat like shiny foiling. It kind of makes the cards look metallic. So I can understand that. So if you like them, you're going to be in for a world of interest here. The one weird thing, so here's another one, and these are all reprints. So they're reprints from much older sets. You can't actually use them in the Diva game, and that means that all these are actually only meant for people who play like All-Star and whatnot in Japan. And I'm not really sure what they're going to do about that when this set hits America, because these cards would be pretty much completely unplayable for anyone unless they do something weird where they let them become playable, which I don't really see that happening. I just like that art there of Hitobit or Asparagus, whatever. And this is another of your fart, and it's the matching fart of the Tama one, but with Ulith. It's pretty cool. I just like I said, I just like the art with no obstructing text, but you can even kind of see as I'm moving it around, the foil is like kind of, I don't know, I always found them kind of weird. I'm definitely going to be using them because I do love the huge amount of art, but it's just not super for me. So you'll notice here, I know that's another redo of art from like some of the first couple of Diva sets, and I feel like there's a lot of references in here to other Signy, maybe even other arts that I don't really recognize because I didn't play the game until it came out in Diva. I just collected. Here's another SR. Reminds me of that other Terror Beast that got a promo. I'm not sure what the effect is, but I'm assuming it's something with plussing for power, because that's how all those cards work, right? Kind of just go right on through here. I've seen this card show up in a lot of different deck lists and whatnot, showing up the blue one right there. I really like this lemur art. What is it? The Zubumbafu with the Craft Brothers? Yeah, except for it's, you know, the golden years. Let's see. Got a spaceman. Got another otter girl. We got a bitch and a void. I mean, Olith. Got another fart. And yeah, I mean, that one actually, the white on it looks really cool. I think maybe some of the artwork's better for me on these flat foils, but hey, you know what? If you really like these, go ahead and comment in the section. Like I said, I know a lot of people coming from other games absolutely love that kind of like muted, really metallic-y looking foil. But going on to the second box, and like I said, I did open 6 boxes, and I will be showing all the cool stuff I got from those as well after I go through here. But maybe some of these packs have something cool in them too, you know what I mean? And yeah, I kind of forgot to film some stuff, but here's a Pure Luck parallel, just kind of showing her new art off for those who like her. Now, very cute art this time around. I even appreciate it. And we have this SR holding a skeleton. I think it's pretty cool. It actually was really hard to see the art kind of in person, but through the camera, it definitely got a much better look. Got the bear with the fish again. We got the me in middle school with the fedora on, or top hat. We got this chick that I kind of remember from another set. Blah, 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 whatever. There we go, another Pure Luck. That's what we're getting to. So, if you're a fan of Pure Luck, a lot of people have been talking about how they like this art. And this parallel, I just kind of decided to show off because I thought the art was cool. It reminds me of the art from another parallel. I think it was like a jewel in one of the early sets. And I like kind of these throwbacks that they're doing for even people who, you know, started in Diva. It's like a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, if you started really long ago, they have the full arts for you, the farts, so you can kind of be like, oh yeah, this is that card I remember playing with. And if you like just started like a couple years ago, it's like, oh yeah, this kind of reminds me of that card. And the Diva sets, and they have all these little tie-ins, and I think that's really cool. For a 10th anniversary set, and they're going even farther in the next set that comes after this, because it's going to have like Ruko and Aki and a bunch of the other main girls who were not Larigs as Larigs, which is something I mentioned a couple videos ago would be a cool idea. Like this card, I recognize this card even though I never played it as one of the cards that Tama had in her starter deck early on. Loved the art. It's like this armored elf girl or whatever. So it's just like a lot of throwbacks, and you know, the fans for this game and for the anime are pretty die-hard, even though it's still kind of niche. So it's cool seeing that kind of stuff. Love this art. I mean, I say it all the time, but she's green Super Saiyan is pretty cool. And yeah, if you like the Diva characters, you know, you get some of them every once in a while too. Right, and it's Midoriko, not Hitoto, but I don't know where my brain is right now. So this is like one of those token cards that will, I guess, I think it's like a Signy Lurig Berry or something like that. I'm probably completely wrong there. I haven't read these yet. Reading is hard, but I'm just picking them up to try to pull that girl right there. That is what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for more shiny versions, you know what I'm saying? And here's another fart. This one's pretty cool too. I think maybe I like them more the more like fire or white bits that they have on them, because it allows that like kind of cold metallic to really shine through in a more interesting way. Like sometimes maybe the colors, if there's too much colors on them, it just kind of gets really muddled looking. So maybe that's it. Maybe just certain art looks better on the foiling and for me. And here is a really pretty foil. I love this. This is a LR of an art. That texture going on in the back is really pretty. I love how it's like spot foil slash textured slash rainbow. It's got it all going on. Really cool stuff. And what's kind of nice is that, you know, these are LRs again, but there are like the normal versions of them, I guess. So, you know, you can still play for cheap if you want. And I do think it's at least one LR a box, what it kind of seems like. So it's not like you're breaking the bank even then. The WIXOSS is really good at making sure that the high-end foils are hard to get, but like, hey, if you really want to beautify your deck, like this is another SSR that I had shown off the regular Super before, and just look at that, like, attention to detail they even put in something like this. Like, that's just really pretty. Like those gold outlines, which is something I've noticed they've been doing quite a bit more in some of the Japanese sets. It's like kind of the gold outline, even on things that are not the question marks. Kind of showing them together right there, you kind of see the differences. They even make the art a little bit bigger. It's very typical for like how the SRPs used to be, but this is much more abundant in pull rate. Yeah, and you're starting to notice a lot of the same cards, which is pretty typical in WIXOSS for the common and rare slots, even the LC slot. And yeah, this is actually one that I like. Fire Fire looks good. That's, I think, where I'm going with this. I like how the foil looks if it's supposed to kind of look that way. And yeah, anyway. And I should mention there have serial cards in this set that are signed by the voice actresses. I mean, stamp signed, not actually signed like I have, you know, so a little bit less rare, but really cool. I was hoping to pull it in this last pack, and I didn't get it, but I did get this card that I actually use in All-Star, so hey, that's a plus, and don't know if I'm going to use it because I like my Tama version, but the full art is really cool. And yeah, that's the 2 boxes. So Jazz handing away into the starter deck or structure deck or whatever they call it. Every game calls something different, but White Alt Hope, which is talking, or I guess referencing White Hope, which was the original Tama deck box or starter deck. And just kind of starting to open it up. I really like opening up these starter decks. I have this thing with card games where I actually kind of keep a lot of different starter decks together in sleeves so I can play them against each other, kind of keep them as box games themselves. Do that for a lot of different games. Japanese ones not so much, but I did want these specifically just for collection since I do have all of Tama's starter decks sealed and unopened. Or wait, that's the same thing. I'm a little tired here. Both sealed and opened so that I could play with them. So here we go. Here's the new Tama Level 3. There are 2 different Tama Level 3s this set. The one that you can open up from the packs and the one that comes in the starter. Now the thing about the starter one is that you can also open up a special different rare version of it in the packs, which I'll show later, but they are technically different cards, not just different art printing, which is a pretty big distinction that the structure deck has a specific level 3 in it. These arts for Tama, amazing. I mean, Hitoto and Keypot doing art for all of Tama's lines. I love it so much. I definitely want to get them in foil. Hope they haven't like congrats later or something like that. You have these Tama art, the arts themselves. So that's really cool. I mean, my goal of eventually being able to play nothing but Tama is coming true. This card is the one that gives your center level limit +2, basically, if you're only running 1 Lyrig, because now you can run only 1 Lyrig, or you can run 3 with your assists. Now, you can also play it up and change it around, but if you are only running the center, you're going to want to run that just so that your level limit isn't stuck on 6, which would make playing pretty difficult here. Now, just going through, you have your play sets of things I don't recognize and some things that I do, like this Haniel and Zhao, which they're never going away, I guess. Tokioki too. Know this character. I've seen this one in quite a few different Japanese lists, although I think we're getting it in a couple of sets. Ishiki, it's kind of wild sometimes when I look through these Japanese deck lists, both, you know, starters and as well as ones people are currently playing, and I see things that I recognize. It's like, well, at least you know things aren't going to change up too bad. You know, your cards are never going to become worthless. They're still pretty good cards. This is a cool art. I really love that art on this, like, knight, like, slicing a knight's helmet off. And I mean, hey, you got Flash card, you have Lynx. A lot of these cards should look really familiar if you've ever played with or against mono white at any point in the English game. So it's never going away, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry for you, not for me. It's something I want to be continuously playing. I don't know. It's something very clean about it, it feels like. So you also get this, again, flat foil, cold foil, whatever you want to call it. PN Light, Guy Vlog, Gay Blog. I'm not really sure how you pronounce this one. And Remember / Memoria in a starter deck. I think she's like $20 to $40 if you can find her right now. And Coquella. Look, I like shiny cardboard. I'm not a reader type person. I don't know how to pronounce these things. You can correct me in the comments, but you can't because I won't be able to hear it anyway. Here's Tama with a book. That looks fun. Yeah, that would make a really good playmat. It's very cute. You got your new guard that was in the set itself. Let's see. And you have this token, which is your +2 level limit token. And it's really easy to... Oh, well, that's cool. Look at that. You got a little... Maybe use that as a coin card or something if you want to. Or just... I don't know. I love these full arts that they've been shown off. And because I do this for all of them, put them back real nice and snug. Keep them safe. And you kind of see right here, this is the new like kind of rules update showing you what you can and can't do, and you know, a quick start guide for players. It shows, you know, what parts of a card they are, as well as over on the right how you're allowed to set up your level limits now, and your what to do with assists and what to do if you only have a center. Very important stuff that we'll probably get to next year, and people get a little confused for a while since you no longer have to use assists if you don't like to. But you can also just do really weird things like you have 2 assists, but one grows to level 2 and the other decides at a level 0, so you have more room for arts. Anyway, other videos from other much more versed people go into that. This is me just showing off shiny cardboard. Here is your SR versus SSR. From another pack that I pulled. This one just has like really cool little gold bull and little parts on it. I just thought they were really neat. Same with this. This is one of Tama's new like card that goes directly with her. This is the SR and then the SSR with that really neat like gold foiling showing off the kind of contours of the body and the waves of wind or whatever going on. Really neat stuff. Like, you can tell, again, they put a lot of thought into it. This is just a cockroach I found running around my house, and this is the cockroach after I fed it a bunch of things that it shouldn't have eaten. Got really gold, big, and prettier, and now I'm going to die. Anyway, yeah, I just like the art. And this one, let's see, yeah, like I said, it's really hard to actually be able to see this in person, but the SSR looks so much better because that rainbow foiling doesn't distract from all the craziness that's going on in the art itself, and you can see those textures are really, really cool on it. It looks really amazing. Sometimes I feel like the rainbow foiling is a downgrade if the card art itself is too intense. Here is a level 4 Umer. Wow, it was very popular. Not this one specifically, but another one with her same outfit actually got a figure made a long time ago. And this is another version of Fart you can get. Here is your LR of an art with Pure Luck. I figured some of y'all might like to see that. Really clean, really pretty, really cool, different textures going on the box in the background. And then you have the SLR, which is the signed cards. These I think are like once per box. But it's essentially our version of the LRP. Am I doing that right? Whatever. You guys can correct me. I'm saying a bunch of probably half right things right now. But that was very pretty. This is the Pure Luck one. Look at that gold. That gold is amazing. I've seen URs. You're going to see them soon from this set. But gold just looks so good. That gold stamping lightning thing going out. Like, that is a really cool looking card. And I think you guys who are Pure Luck fans are eating really good. Now, to show off a difference, this is an LC parallel of Hanyo. And you can see it's just like the typical parallel of your level 3. However, you can also get the UR, the ultra rare Hanyo. Now, my pull rates were really good out of 6 boxes. I opened up, well, I'll leave it, but I definitely opened up this UR here, which I think now is like a $200 or $300 card. And look at her just like dinging her glass against the frame. It's pretty funny. And just the textures, the foiling, the gold bits on it, and her hat, and like that little shine on the definitely not alcohol, I guess grape juice, right? Yeah, it's grape juice, guys. And to show the difference between the bling, cards do exactly the same. One's 300, one's 30 cents, but one's much prettier. Here is a coin token. Now they made these for pretty much every LaRig under the sun for the 10th anniversary. And they all say this WIXOSS 10th grow on the back. I really like that little clock thing. It's referencing the anime, like where they go and play. And you can see it. They've been slapping a lot of stuff. This is a promo for stores, I think. Like if you want a participation prize. I'm not really sure. And I just wanted to pick it up because I love this art. And it's just a really pretty card. And the foiling on the back. These were cards that were given out as promos for winning at your weeklies. Now, while you won't recognize the art, you will recognize the card as Over Pursuit, which is an amazing promo to make Tama doing the jazz hands, because you run 4 of it in all the Tama decks. This is another LR of a art. There's also UARs, which I didn't open, that are like basically the ultra rares for arts themselves that feature different artwork as well as the signature of the character. Here is the structure deck Tama I was talking about that you can pull from packs, which is the SLR. So the Tama from this set actually has 2 SLR, which is this one as well as one that I will show in a second, but they're technically 2 different level 3 Tamas with different effects. So this one is actually a completely different effect from the starter deck one, and it looks like this as the SLR. And I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at those butterfly censoring. I mean, what more can you ask for in a Bisoujo card game, right? That gold coming up from the bottom with all the butterflies just kind of coming into the frame. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of that signature with the XD as a RAR XD kid from the 90s, early 2000s. Here's the other UR that I pulled. I wanted this card so bad. I literally looked at the box and was like, this is going to be the one that it's in, come on. Ended up pulling it, which is great because now it's like $300 or $500, something like that. It is beautiful keypot art. More than anything, this is the card that I really, really wanted in this set that was not the serial, and was super stoked to open it. I was like, oh man, I actually pulled it. I almost never pull good cards unless I open up like cases and cases, and I only opened up like 4 boxes and pulled 2 URs out of them. So that was amazing to me, and it's exactly the ones I wanted. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, all that. And if you're going to the Vegas GP, I'll see you there. Come and say hi. Maybe I'll give you out something kind of cool.